What is going on, Raiders? Soda Dragon here. Welcome, and I hope you guys are doing well. So today we'll be pulling shards on my wife's account and my account. It is the 2x Sacreds right now, and on my account I am pulling for Bivald, so yes, I'm going for him. So my wife hasn't completed any fusions for a while, so it'd be cool if she can pull some of the more recent fusion champs, maybe like Gaius or Nari the Lucky. So she has 7 Sacreds, let's see what that can get her. Come on, Lego. Canoness. She actually has a lot of debuffs and buffs like decreased accuracy, leech, ally protection, continuous heals, but they're all single targets, so she's actually not super useful. Let's keep it going. Gruff Tuck. All right. So this would be a great pull if my wife was a content creator, because that's really where you see this guy used in content creator videos, showing a champion's max damage by using Grubtuck here. So the way this guy works is the more poison debuffs you have on your team, and yes, this guy can place poisons on your team, the more damage your team will do. That's why, as I mentioned, a lot of content creators use this guy to show off the max damage of a champion. But something really good about him, especially for the Hydra, is he can place block buffs, debuffs. He doesn't attack and then place that debuff. He simply places it with no damage. What does that mean? He'll place it all the time, pretty much. If you have the accuracy to land it, you cannot get weak hits, and therefore you cannot fail to land this debuff because of that weak hit. And if that poison cloud is up, it doesn't matter. He can still land that block buffs debuff. So I asked for a fusion Lego and I got one, though I wasn't really expecting this guy. Let's keep it going. We got 5 more left. Can we see some more gold within 5? Juliana. She's an old school clan boss champion with those HP burns and those poisons, but she's been power crept. So unfortunately right now she's not that good anymore. She is in need of a buff. So Plarium, give her a buff. She deserves it. 4 more left. Who's next? Defiled Sinner. This guy's damage multipliers are pretty good, but his kit is really strange. It's really conditional. For example, his A1, if there are a certain amount of enemies, like I think less than 5, then it's a single target attack. But if there are 5 or more, then his A1 becomes an AoE. It's crazy. His A2 is a single target attack, but if it kills an enemy, all of a sudden it becomes an AoE. And his A3 does more damage depending on how many enemies are alive. So his whole kit is like really crazy conditional, though his damage multipliers are pretty good, but I haven't really seen people try this guy out, probably because his kit is so crazy. Okay, 3 more left. Norog. Okay. This guy is actually pretty good, but my wife already has a few copies of him. What's good about him? He's one of the earliest old school champs that I think has an AoE block buffs debuff. So, I mean, it's really good now, and a lot of people liked Ugo because of it, but this guy's had it for a long time. And he has a block active skill, single target on his A1, and he has a passive that just reduces the damage that you take, period. It's like a permanent strengthen, which is really nice. So this guy's actually pretty good, but like I said, my wife already has this guy. I have him too. A lot of people probably have this guy because he's old school. He's been around for a while. All right, 2 more left. Can we see some more gold? Necro Hunter. This guy used to suck, but he got an update, he got a buff, and now his damage multipliers are really, really good. So he's actually someone I would consider building up nowadays. Previous to this buff, no way. But now that he got the buff, yeah, he's actually pretty good. 1 more left. Can we see more gold? Sanguinea. This champion is actually a really good cleanser slash block debuffs champion if you need somebody like that, especially for faction wars. All right, guys, that was pretty lucky on my wife's account, like 2 legendaries out of 7 shards. Let's see if I can get some luck as well. I would love to get Calvalax, Duchess, or Rhodos, so let's see if that can happen. Come on. Who's first? Luthia. She's old school, she's a pretty good AoE nuker, and she has a random freeze, but she does need a buff. Who's gonna be next? Come on, gold. Tishada. She's one of those champions that can revive if she kills somebody with one of her cooldown skills, kind of like Rhine Beast. So I actually don't think she's that useful and that good. I typically don't like revivers that do that. I mean, no one considers Rhine Beast a reviver, even though he has revived. And same thing with Tishada here. Who's next? Let's keep it going. Can I see some gold? Korgon the Crowned. This guy's actually pretty good. He has an interesting skill where he puts up different buffs depending on if your champions happen to have more attack than defense or more defense than attack. So that's kind of interesting. So this guy's actually not too bad. He has shields, healing, increased attack, block debuffs. He has a lot in his kit. So he's actually not too bad. Let's keep it going though. 8 more left. Can we see some gold? Fushan. All right. Another old school champ here. Yes, I've already got him, and I've seen him used recently in Demytha comps. So some really interesting unkillable clan boss teams can use this guy. He has an AoE stun as well, decreased defense, and he has a weird A1 that sometimes hits like really hard because he gets extra hits from it. But yeah, I already got this guy, so not really who I'm looking for. Let's keep it going. Old Gruckus. If you need AoE, heal reduction, and decreased attack in one move, then he can be your guy, especially if you need that for the Ogryn Tribes faction. Let's keep it going. Who's next? Kaiden. This guy's a pretty good reviver, especially for Dark Elves, but he doesn't revive the full team. I think he only revives like a max of 2. But he does have AoE, decreased attack, and he has a single target provoke. Really weak chance on his A1. You guys know I hate that weak chance to land a provoke on the A1. But yeah, this guy's got it. Who's going to be next? Let's keep it going. Fenshi. This guy's damage multipliers are actually pretty good, even though all his attacks are single target. Though all of his attacks are multi-hit for some reason. But he has some pretty cool debuffs as well. He decreases Terminator, he has like decreased speed, and I think poisons in his kit. So this guy's not too bad, especially for faction wars. All right, guys, 4 more left. Can we see some more gold within 4? Adriel. She's got single target decreased accuracy and AoE decreased attack, and she heals, I think, reflect damage as well, but she's honestly not that great in my opinion. All right, 3 more left. Who's next? Melga Steel Girdle. She is one of my favorite revive/shield champs in this game. Not only does she revive with the shield, but she has a separate skill that can put on a shield again, plus put on some continuous heals. So her kit is actually really, really good. She's top tier as far as a reviver, but especially in the Dwarves faction. Okay, 2 more left. Urtikara. She's a really interesting poison/hex champion. So when an enemy is under a hex, and yes, you can place hexes, then that enemy, if they get hit with a crit by anybody on your team, she can place a poison on them. Plus, she can increase the durations of poisons, and she has poison sensitivity in her kit. So as far as poisoners go, she's actually really good, and she has a nice interaction with hex as well. 1 more left. Who's next? Barath the Blood-Soaked. This guy is really weird. He has a single target skill that can not only place increased attack and increased defense on him, but remove increased attack and increased defense on the enemies. So he's kind of placing it on himself while he's removing those buffs from the enemy. Unfortunately, all his attacks are single target, and he does not have good damage multiplier, so I would not recommend building this guy up. All right, guys, let's go with a few more to see if I can get that last legendary tome. So 3 left. Canelia. This is my boy YST's favorite champion in the whole game. I will be building her out for sure. 2 more left. Royal Guard. He's really good in the Spider, Fire Knight, and also in the Hydra. He's one of the few enemy max HP AoE champions. Not single target, but AoE. So yeah, he's pretty good, but I got a ton of them maxed out already. I think it's like 3 or 4. Last one here, guys. Filja. This is an interesting self-buffing attack champion, though her attack multipliers for her AoE, unfortunately, are not that good. She has some single target attacks, and the damage multipliers are okay, they're pretty good, but as far as her AoE, which is really what you want to use her for, a self-buffing AoE nuker, unfortunately, the damage multipliers are just not that good. Alright guys, that is it. Make sure to let me know in the comments who you pulled this weekend. So thanks for watching, and if you haven't yet, like, subscribe, and share, turn on all notifications, stay safe, and I'll see you guys in the next video.